How many times have you woken up in the middle of the night because of a dull pain in your lower back, or found yourself urinating more than usual with darker colored urine? Those small signals are not simply signs of aging, but sometimes are cries for help from the kidneys, a silent organ yet closely tied to each person's longevity. Statistics show that, out of 10 people over 60 years old, up to 3 are gradually losing their blood filtering function without knowing it at all until the doctor is forced to mention dialysis. The good news is that you can completely prevent it. Kidney failure is not a predetermined fate, but mostly depends on daily dietary choices and repetitive habits. After many years working with elderly patients, I realized that medicine or medical procedures are only temporary fixes, while the sustainable way to protect the kidneys actually lies right in our kitchen. Today, I will join you in discovering 7 familiar yet extremely useful foods. From a seemingly simple glass of water, cranberries that help prevent recurrent urinary tract infections, half a lemon in the morning to dissolve stone seeds, to sweet potatoes balancing sodium, potassium, ginger, and garlic fighting inflammation, or red beetroot improving circulation. All of them are inexpensive, easy to find, and come with safe usage methods for people over 60. If you truly want to keep your kidneys healthy, reduce nighttime urination, avoid stones, and maintain stable creatinine levels to enjoy an active old age, stay until the end of this video, take notes, and apply them right in your next meal. Thank you for spending time accompanying me today. Your patience is the greatest gift you can give to your own health. So what cry for help lies behind the dull back pain and dark urine that I mentioned at the beginning of the video? To answer, we must clearly understand what the kidneys do and why this silent organ weakens quickly after the age of 60. The kidneys consist of 2 small masses next to the spine, at the level of the lower back, quietly filtering about 180 liters of blood every day. This filter separates waste products, urea, creatinine, uric acid, into urine, while retaining the water, minerals, and proteins the body needs. The kidneys also regulate blood pressure by deciding whether to retain or excrete salt and water. At the same time, they balance electrolytes such as sodium, potassium, and calcium so that the heart beats regularly and muscles contract and relax in proper rhythm. Another task that few people pay attention to is producing the hormone erythropoietin, which stimulates the bone marrow to generate red blood cells, thereby allowing blood to carry enough oxygen to all organs. When the kidneys are healthy, blood pressure is stable, the skin is rosy, and the mind is alert. However, after passing 60, many factors simultaneously erode this function. First, the blood vessels supplying the kidneys gradually narrow and harden. The amount of blood reaching the glomeruli decreases and the filtration rate slows down. Second, chronic high blood pressure, even just 140/90 mmHg, creates continuous pressure, making the filter holes widen, protein leak into urine, and subsequently cause kidney tissue inflammation. Third, a sodium-rich diet from cold cuts, canned food, fish sauce, but lacking in drinking water causes the body to retain fluid, blood pressure to soar, and the kidneys to work harder. Fourth, long-term use of painkillers from the NSAID group or diabetes medications can constrict renal blood vessels and directly damage tubular cells. Finally, a sedentary lifestyle slows circulation, raises blood sugar and blood fat, and contributes to the destruction of microvessels in the renal parenchyma. What is concerning is that the kidneys almost never cause pain. Only when you notice swollen legs, frequent nighttime urination, fatigue, anemia, these are signs that the damage is severe and cannot be fully reversed. Therefore, after the age of 60, be proactive in prevention. Keep blood pressure below 130/80 mmHg, limit salt intake to about 1/500 mg/day, approximately 1 teaspoon, drink 1.52 liters of water if the heart is healthy, walk or do light exercise at least 30 minutes daily, and at the same time, test for urinary microalbumin and kidney function every year. Early detection allows adjustment of medication, reduction of salt, increase of water, and saving the remaining part of the kidneys, avoiding the need for dialysis when it is already too late. Have you ever wondered why many elderly people, even though they eat a nutritious diet, still often feel tired, urinate little, and are even prone to forming kidney stones? In fact, the very first secret to protecting the kidneys does not lie in any expensive food, but rather in water. This is a simple, inexpensive factor, yet it can determine the longevity of the body's filter after the age of 60. The kidneys themselves contain up to 70–80% water and need water to dissolve waste such as urea, uric acid, or creatinine and then eliminate them. Just a slight lack of water already slows filtration, causing more waste to accumulate. At this point, urine becomes darker, has a stronger odor. Crystals easily clump into stones, causing inflammation and blockage. Many studies also show that people who drink more than 2 liters of water per day have a much lower risk of stones compared to those who drink less than 1 liter. An easy-to-remember formula is about 30–35 ml of water per kilogram of body weight. A 60 kg person needs about 1.82 liters of water, with adjustments when exercising or on hot days. The signs of dehydration are quite clear. Urinating fewer than 3 times a day, dark yellow urine, dry mouth, dizziness when standing up, or prolonged constipation. Older adults often feel less thirsty, making them more prone to chronic dehydration. An effective way to fix this is to divide the water into 6–8 cups throughout the day, prioritizing plain water or light soup with little salt. Avoid overuse of soft drinks, strong tea, and coffee as they can cause further dehydration. Start the morning with a glass of about 250 ml of water, then maintain small sips regularly every hour. If it is hard to remember, you can prepare a 2-liter bottle and mark drinking times, or add a few slices of lemon or mint leaves to make it easier to drink. For most healthy elderly people, maintaining light-colored urine is the best signal. A simple habit like drinking enough water already helps the kidneys run more smoothly, reduces stones, stabilizes blood pressure, keeps the mind sharp and the body healthy in the long run. Many people after the age of 60 often complain about recurrent urinary tract infections, even though they have taken antibiotics many times. In fact, there is a small fruit that is considered a natural shield for the urinary tract, that is cranberry. This is a familiar item in the meals of Americans, and if used correctly, it can help protect the kidneys effectively without relying too much on medication. Cranberry contains a group of active compounds that help prevent bacteria from adhering to the bladder wall. When unable to adhere, the bacteria are flushed out with the urine flow, thereby significantly reducing the risk of infection spreading upward to the kidneys. In addition, the fruit is rich in vitamin C and antioxidants, helping reduce inflammation and protecting kidney cells from wear and tear due to aging. Because of this dual mechanism, many urological associations in the United States have recommended that elderly people, especially postmenopausal women, should supplement with cranberry regularly. However, not all forms are the same. Fresh or unsweetened dried fruit retain the highest amount of active compounds and bring about the most noticeable effect. Pure 100% juice is still beneficial, but contains only about half the active compounds, while the commonly sold bottles of cranberry-flavored drinks actually contain a lot of sugar, little value, and can even be harmful to the heart and liver if used regularly. The recommended dosage is also easy to remember, just a small handful of fresh or dried fruit eaten a few times per week. They can be mixed with yogurt, cereals, or salad to reduce the sour taste. Those who do not like eating the fruit can use extract capsules, often labeled PAC 36 mg, with a dosage of 1–2 capsules per day. However, cranberry is not for everyone. People who have had oxalate stones or stomach disease should be cautious, and if clear symptoms of infection are already present, it is still necessary to see a doctor for proper antibiotic use. When combining the habit of drinking enough water with the proper use of cranberry, elderly people can significantly reduce the risk of recurrent urinary tract infections, keeping the kidneys healthy and filtering blood more effectively each day. Many people often think that preventing kidney stones requires expensive medication, but in fact, there is a cheap, easily available ingredient right in the kitchen that brings unexpected effectiveness, that is fresh lemon juice. For elderly people who often suffer from recurrent small stones, a glass of warm lemon water in the morning can become a simple secret to keep the kidneys functioning smoothly. Lemon contains a lot of natural citrate, an organic salt capable of binding to calcium in urine, making it difficult for calcium to combine with oxalate to form stones. When citrate is sufficient, tiny crystals are less likely to stick together, And at the same time, urine becomes less acidic, which helps limit the environment for new stone formation. The habit of drinking lemon water also increases urine volume, flushing out small mineral residues before they have time to clump. Many urologists in the United States have applied lemonade therapy for years to patients with a history of stones, and analysis shows that simply drinking diluted lemon water daily can cut the risk of stone recurrence in half. The method of use is also simple. Squeeze half to 1 lemon, about 30-50 ml of juice, into a glass of warm water 250 ml, and drink right after waking up. Warm water helps the body absorb citrate more quickly and also supports the liver and gallbladder to work smoothly after a night. Sugar should not be added as it easily increases calories and blood sugar. Those who find it hard to drink sour can dilute it more or add a few slices of other fruits to soften the taste. It is best to start with a small amount, then gradually increase, and not drink it as a replacement for water throughout the day to avoid stomach irritation or harm to tooth enamel. Some groups need to pay attention: people with gastric ulcers, severe acid reflux, or weak tooth enamel. If taking antacids, lemon water should be drunk at least 30 minutes apart. Always choose fresh lemons with green peel and wash them clean before squeezing. Avoid using bottled lemon juice because it often contains flavorings and preservatives. When maintained regularly for 4-6 weeks, many people report clearer urine, reduced heavy back sensation, and more stable urination habits. Lemon water is not a miracle drug, but it is a natural, inexpensive, low-risk solution, very suitable for elderly people to prevent new stone formation and keep the kidneys protected in the long term. Many elderly people often worry about high blood pressure and the kidneys being overworked. Few would expect that a simple, inexpensive, and readily available food in the kitchen, the sweet potato, could become a gentle assistant, helping to reduce the burden on the kidneys every day. Sweet potato is a rich natural source of potassium. Just one medium-sized tuber, about 100 g, provides around 350-400 mg of potassium. This mineral acts like a counterbalance to salt. It helps the kidneys excrete excess sodium, thereby lowering blood pressure and reducing tension in the vessel walls. This is a major advantage for elderly people who are accustomed to eating salty foods or who must take medications that tend to cause fluid retention. In addition, sweet potato is also rich in beta-carotene, an antioxidant that helps soothe inflammation in blood vessels, indirectly protecting the small filters in the kidneys. The fiber in sweet potato, especially the soluble type, helps reduce cholesterol, thereby improving blood circulation and easing the kidneys' workload. Compared to white rice or refined bread, sweet potato is a much healthier choice. White rice and bread cause blood sugar to rise quickly, leading to salt and water retention, which forces the kidneys to filter more. In contrast, steamed or baked sweet potatoes with the skin on provide sustained energy without spiking blood sugar, and they add potassium that supports stable blood pressure. Elderly people can eat 1-2 small tubers per day, equivalent to 100-150 g, depending on their carbohydrate intake and blood sugar levels. It is best to wash thoroughly, steam, or bake to preserve nutrients. Avoid frying, cooking with sugar, or eating with salt, as this will counteract the benefits. Some severe kidney failure cases need to consult a doctor first, as the body may have difficulty excreting potassium at that stage. But the majority of elderly people with normal kidney function benefit from replacing part of their white rice with sweet potatoes. They can be eaten in the morning with boiled eggs, at lunch in a salad mix, or baked soft in the afternoon as a snack. When combined with the habit of drinking enough water, adding cranberry to reduce inflammation, and lemon water to prevent stones, you will have a simple yet effective trio that helps the kidneys filter blood smoothly, maintain stable blood pressure, and keep the cardiovascular system strong for the long term. After adding sweet potato to meals to support blood pressure and help the kidneys reduce the burden of salt, the next step in the kidney care menu is surprisingly simple. Just a few slices of fresh ginger each day can also make the kidneys filter blood more smoothly without the need for additional medication. Ginger is familiar in the kitchen, but few people know it contains the compound gingerol, which has strong anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties. These active substances help limit prolonged inflammation in the glomeruli, a cause that makes the kidneys more prone to fibrosis with age. Not only that, ginger also helps blood vessels dilate slightly, allowing more blood to reach the kidneys, thereby enabling waste to be excreted more smoothly. In the digestive system, ginger helps reduce bloating, increases digestive enzymes, and makes food processed more efficiently, thereby reducing the workload on the liver and kidneys in eliminating toxins. Another benefit that few people notice: ginger can reduce oxalate stone formation and make urine less acidic, thereby limiting the crystallization of mineral salts. Elderly people do not need to use much. Each morning, after a glass of lemon water or after a main meal, simply drop 1-2 thin slices of ginger into a cup of warm water, wait a few minutes, and then sip slowly. If the stomach easily gets cold, a little honey can be added, but refined sugar should be avoided. Those who do not like the spicy taste can use low-dose ginger extract capsules, taken according to the instructions on the label. Note that the total amount of fresh ginger per day should not exceed 4 g. People taking anticoagulants or aspirin should consult their doctor before consuming large amounts of ginger, as it may mildly thin the blood. When choosing ginger, prioritize roots that are still fresh, with firm skin and not moldy. It can be sliced and stored in the refrigerator for later use, minced into a low-salt soup, or even sprinkled over mashed sweet potato to enhance flavor. In addition to supporting the kidneys, ginger also helps keep the hands and feet warmer and reduces the sensation of cold numbness, a common problem in old age. By combining ginger with previous habits such as drinking enough water, cranberry, lemon water, and sweet potato, you will have an additional natural secondary filter that helps the body feel lighter, urination smoother, and kidney health stable for the long term. If ginger is like a secondary filter that helps blood flow to the kidneys more smoothly, then garlic plays the role of a silent gatekeeper, protecting kidney cells from chronic inflammation and the attack of bad fats. Just a few small cloves of garlic each day can make a big difference for the health of the elderly. When garlic is crushed or finely chopped, an enzyme activates allicin into allicin, a compound with strong anti-inflammatory, antibacterial, and antioxidant properties. Thanks to allicin, cell membranes in the kidneys are less damaged by free radicals produced daily. Not only that, garlic also helps reduce bad cholesterol and slightly lower blood pressure, thereby preventing the small blood vessels around the glomeruli from hardening. For elderly people with hypertension, high blood lipids, or type 2 diabetes, regular consumption of garlic has shown positive effects in slowing the progression of kidney failure. Some studies have also noted that black garlic fermented for several weeks has stronger anti-inflammatory effects while being less irritating to the stomach. Each form of garlic has its own strength. Fresh garlic retains the most allicin but has a pungent smell and may cause stomach discomfort. Black garlic has a mild taste, is easy to eat, rich in antioxidants but more expensive. Extract capsules are convenient with clear dosage, as long as the product specifically states the allicin or S-acetylcysteine content. For fresh garlic, a simple tip is to chop it finely and let it sit for about 10 minutes to allow the enzyme to activate. Then mix it into plain porridge, low-salt soup, or steamed vegetables. Elderly people only need 1-2 cloves, 4-6 g per day to benefit the heart and kidneys. Those who find it hard to eat raw can sauté it lightly on low heat for a few seconds, avoiding burning as this destroys the active compounds. Of course, there are a few important notes. Garlic mildly thins the blood, so if taking aspirin, warfarin, or anticoagulants, it is necessary to consult a doctor. People with sensitive stomachs, ulcers, or reflux should not eat it on an empty stomach. The safe maximum dose for fresh garlic is usually under 4 g/day. For black garlic, only 1-2 bulbs are enough. When combining garlic with ginger, lemon water, cranberry, and sweet potato, you are gradually building a solid fence for the kidneys, preventing inflammation, supporting blood vessels, and reducing filtration pressure. By consistently adding garlic to daily meals, many people find blood pressure easier to control, the stomach lighter, blood lipids reduced, and the body healthier as age advances. After having garlic as the bodyguard standing guard to protect the kidneys from chronic inflammation, The next step in the kidney care journey is to add a source of clean blood from beetroot, the familiar reddish-purple vegetable that is often overlooked in the diet of many elderly families. Beetroot contains a large amount of natural nitrates. When eaten or consumed as juice, nitrates are converted into nitric oxide, a compound that helps blood vessels dilate and circulate more easily. As a result, blood flow to the kidneys increases, the rate of blood filtration improves, and wastes such as uric acid or creatinine are eliminated more quickly. Not only does it have nitrates, beetroot is also rich in betalains, polyphenols, and vitamin C antioxidants that help reduce inflammation and protect kidney tissue from long-term damage. In other words, beetroot both enhances the supply of new blood to the kidneys and limits damage caused by free radicals, two important factors in maintaining filtration function in old age. Beetroot juice also works as a gentle rinse for the urinary tract. Urine output increases, becomes more diluted, and helps prevent small crystals from clumping into stones. Some studies have recorded that after just a few weeks of drinking about half a cup of beetroot juice daily, blood uric acid levels tend to decrease, while systolic blood pressure also drops slightly by a few mmHg, enough to reduce pressure on the kidneys without causing dizziness. However, beetroot also has a downside because it contains a high level of oxalates. People who have had oxalate stones should limit their intake and can boil it briefly and discard the first water to reduce it. Healthy people over 60 can start with 100–150 ml of diluted juice, preferably in the morning or at noon. Those not used to the earthy taste can mix it with a little lemon juice or half an apple to make it easier to drink. If eaten boiled, just a few times per week is sufficient. One interesting note: urine may sometimes turn pink after eating beetroot. This is a normal phenomenon and not a cause for concern. When combined with garlic, ginger, sweet potato, cranberry, lemon water, and the habit of drinking enough water, beetroot almost completes a 7-layer shield protecting the kidneys, helping this organ filter blood effectively, maintain stable blood pressure, and keep the body healthier even in old age. After going through the 7 layers of shield with water, cranberry, lemon, sweet potato, ginger, garlic, and beetroot, the last thing I want to emphasize, and also the point many people often forget, is to be cautious with products labeled kidney detox or detox that are widely sold online. Most diuretic pills or teas heavily advertised in the United States have never been verified by the FDA, and even contain high doses of minerals and herbs that cause dehydration, electrolyte imbalance, and make already weak kidneys more prone to exhaustion. In reality, the kidneys do not need any miracle drug at all. Sustainable health comes from very simple things: drinking enough plain water, reducing salt to a reasonable level, maintaining at least 30 minutes of physical activity each day, and regularly incorporating the healthy foods we just mentioned into meals. I still remember the case of Mr. George Miller, 72 years old, in Ohio. He once faced the risk of needing dialysis because his kidney function indicators had declined significantly. Instead of immediately relying on supplements or diuretic teas, the family decided to change his lifestyle, drinking enough 2 liters of water, starting the morning with warm lemon, adding cranberry, sweet potato, ginger, garlic, and occasionally a glass of beetroot. After only half a year, his blood pressure stabilized, leg swelling disappeared, restful sleep returned, and his kidney indicators clearly improved. That story proves the key lies in patience and choosing the right daily foods, not in expensive pills. If you find today's content useful, please leave a comment. I choose to protect my kidneys as a promise to yourself. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and open the link below to download the 14-day water intake tracker. Start tomorrow morning with your breakfast. Your kidneys will be grateful for that care for many years to come.